Hello, hello. Okay, I think it's working. Let me try to pull it up really quick. I'm hoping there's going to be less of a delay on this stream than there was on my last one. I tried to fix that, but let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Just testing this. I literally sprinted like the last 10 minutes trying to get this thing ready. I did a sprint, so I could do my sprints. Let's see. Okay, so I need to test this because I don't want to pull up the audio. Okay, so I think it's like a 5-second delay. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let me turn that off. I figured we would kind of do the same thing as last time. Hi, Cadence. Figured we would do the same thing as last time where I would kind of chat for a little bit in the beginning and then we would jump into our first sprint. I hope the audio sounds better. I might try to listen and tweak something really quick because there wasn't. I kind of wish we could have done a stream late at night again. Okay, Matt, I originally planned to do this stream at like around the afternoon time. But I have family in town for the holiday for Easter, so I figured I would try to do this early so I could hang out with them a little bit more. Let's see. Sorry for the delay. I'm gonna try to pull this up really quick so I can fix my audio delay. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, that looks good. Sorry. Okay, just had to check that. I wanted to do a test stream, but I didn't get the chance to. Okay, yay! All right. I need to take a breath. Hello from the Netherlands. Aisha said. It's 5 p.m. here. That's a perfect time then. I have, let me see if I can do this without spilling it, a very full latte. It's very hot. I actually waited to have my morning coffee so that I could, it looked like my audio just limited out. Yeah, I waited to have my coffee. It did. I hope that's not too loud. So that I could have it with you guys. Okay, so Kimma Joan asked how long is the session going to be. I think I'm going to try to limit it to about an hour and a half-ish. Because, yeah, so I can kind of just go hang out with family that are in from out of town. So this actually, early in the morning, I don't think it works for as many people. Yeah, Matt said he woke up an hour ago. Yeah, I think early in the morning doesn't work for that many people, but it kind of works really well for me because it's hard for me to get moving and like get to work on Saturdays. So it's kind of nice that this is a reason for me to get my stuff together so that I can get on here and do some work sprints with y'all. So maybe in 4 minutes we can do our first sprint. And then, yeah, I think I have those ready to go. So let me know if you want to do a 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute, or a 25-minute sprint in the chat. Yeah, I'm having like sort of an allergy flare-up, so I like feel congested and my throat kind of hurts. I've had allergies this year so bad, and I feel like I've never had allergies before. All right, so I see a 20-minute, 20 to 25-minute. We can start with a 20-minute, maybe. What are you guys working on? Yeah, let me know what you guys are working on. I got up at 10 so I could get my chores done sooner rather than later. I feel ya. I feel ya. Hello, Hawthorne. Hawthorne? She said 25 minutes. So we have an even split so far for 20 versus 20. Oh, Matt just bumped it over to 20 minutes. Nicholas is working on the last drafts of 2 fantasy novels. you're working on them at the same time? That's impressive. I can't work on more than one book at a time because I get lost in my own books. I tried to do that. I tried to be editing, like, I think I've written some of the third book in the Elysian Prophecy series, and I tried to do that at the same time as I was editing the second book in the series, and my brain couldn't handle it because I couldn't remember, oh, did I reveal this in this book or that one? Writing Violet says she has some beta reading to do. 25 is better. Melody is finishing up a fanfic. I kind of want to write some fanfic. I've never written any, besides when I was like, how old was I? 8. And I wrote like Winnie the Pooh fanfic. I made like a little Winnie the Pooh book. Okay, so yeah, in a couple minutes. Let's see. Later on. I'm sorry, I'm like also trying to read the chat so I can interact with you all a little bit more. I love that the delay between like this and the chat is, last week it was like 30 seconds or something. So I would say something and it would take like 20 to 30 seconds for the chat to start coming through. So I think I can make it even shorter, but I'm trying to, I feel like last time I did live streams, I didn't try to like improve each time. I was just like, oh, just get on here, whatever. But now I'm like, I need better video. I need better audio. I actually have my microphone on a mic boom now, so I'm trying. Let's see. Somebody said, yeah, Melody, I think I would really like writing fanfic. Like maybe not even to like share it with anybody, but just for me, because it's already stuff that you're like, it's a world and like characters that you're already passionate about and that you already like. So you kind of have to skip the part of like developing those, and you just get to sort of the fun part of writing a story about them. That seems, I think I would like that. So I have, maybe we'll do, I think we literally have an even split between 20 and 25 minutes. So we can start with a 25-minute. Oh, Cadence said she's written fanfic about Geralt from The Witcher and Yennefer. Don't ask. Pretty sure I know what that might be about. I think I'm halfway through the first book and I'm really liking it. It's so different from the TV show, if you've seen The Witcher. Yes. Martina said 50 Shades of Geralt. Yeah. We're here for it. I think we're all here for it. Gracified says she's hit a wall with, I'm assuming that's, hit a wall with motivation. I feel like I need to do some like update on, like motivation or something. Cause I've personally had different motivational issues the past couple years than I ever had before. So I think I have oh my gosh. I have a video on motivation. Kaden said that's what she named it, 50 Shades of Geralt. But I feel like I need to do an update video because, yeah, like I said, it's things have changed. I feel like there is still a little bit of an audio delay, like literally half a second, 1 second, and it kind of bothers me, but we'll fix that for next stream. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started with a 25-minute. Let me... coffee, delicious. So writing / work sprints. For those who haven't done them before, it's basically where you try to write or work or edit or outline or do anything for oh, I think I saw Kira. Or I heard her. You try to do as much of it as you can in that little period of time. And then once we stop, I'll ask you guys how you did, how much you were able to do, and then we'll kind of like fill each other in on how it went. And I will have my microphone muted during that time, so it's kind of going to be a little quiet. And I'll try not to scare you when the time is up. But okay, so we're going to start with a 25-minute. And let's do, I think this, oh, let's turn that back off. Where are you? Timer started early, okay. All right, so let's get sprinting. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, and that is time. 25 minutes. I feel like that flew by. Did that fly by for anybody else? Let me know what you did, how you did. I'm working on a book cover design right now, so I'm not writing again. But I guess I can switch this to the regular chat. Yeah. I kind of got stuck. Sometimes I want to do something very particular in Photoshop, and it takes me, I had to sort of figure out how to do that. I'm like, I know I can do it, but it's kind of like I just have to play around with it. So basically I'm trying to make colored lightning. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. But the lightning needs to be masked and the color can't be applied to that layer, because then if you do that, then the mask doesn't work properly. So then the background is still there. So okay, yeah, let me know what you did. I'm gonna scroll through the chat. I have 2 mice and I keep using the wrong one. Kima said she's working on a report for college. Nice, nice, nice. Hope you got a lot done. Oops. I'm like chaos over here. Okay. Patrick said, good morning. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I hope you guys had a good time with that sprint. I hope it was productive. Scrolling back through the comments. Matt said he just got to the high moment of hope. Nice. This is like the calm before the storm, like the happy moment before the in Lord of the Rings Return of the King, prior to the Battle of Pelennor Fields. I need to watch Lord of the Rings again. I feel like I watched it. For some reason, I just wasn't in the mood to watch it, and so I feel like I didn't give it a good chance. Oh, Melly, you left. Okay. Ruben said, hello to all. Are we still on, or did I miss the battle? Yes, we are still on. We were sprinting. Oh, it looks like he might have left. Mine Mayor said, where have you been, Vivian? You didn't upload any video for about a year. Yeah, it might have been more than a year. I don't remember the last video that I uploaded. I think it was the I'm back, and then I disappeared again. Yeah, life has been crazy the past like year, 2 years. So I feel like I've had a lot of personal stuff going on that kept me away from doing any videos. So this is kind of like me dipping my toes back in, because YouTube videos, like the scripted, like talking head videos that I used to make, they take about usually like an hour to sort of script the video. I have to script my videos, otherwise I talk way too much. And I'm like a better writer than I am a talker. And so it usually takes me about an hour to script the video, usually about like 2 hours to like prep the equipment. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And then like film the video, make sure I have everything is working properly, and then usually about 2 to 3 hours to edit the video and then get everything ready to post. So it's about 6 hours. I don't know why my voice is doing this, per video. So that takes a long time. So right now I don't have the time to do that. So that's why I'm doing these live streams, so I can sort of still interact with you guys and still maybe like help you guys, not with like writing tips, but just sort of like writing productivity, just to sort of like write together. Whoops, I bumped my mic. Yes, everybody pretty much agreed that went by really fast. Let's see. Evelyn got 275 words. Nice. She said, but I know it'll get better with each sprint. I agree. Usually it takes like one sprint for me to sort of like be like, okay, it's like I just get so easily distracted, and I'm like looking at the chat or what have you. Martina said, I'm working on an outline for my first, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Looks like Martina. I'm working on an outline for my first book. I had to go back to the drawing board after getting stuck in the middle again. Yes. When I refused to acknowledge that I was not a pantser, so when I was like, no, I'm a pantser, I would always get stuck in the middle. And then I realized that I had to outline. And yeah, I have stopped to rework my outline. I pretty much do that like every book I've written, because I feel like my outlines are like 85% maybe where the book ends up going for the most part. My first book was like nothing like what I had originally outlined. So I usually stop and will reassess my outline as I go so that I don't get lost. And so that I don't like, I need to have like a roadmap so that I sort of know where I'm going. Yeah, okay. I'm pronouncing Martina's name right. Ooh, 850 words. That is nice. Good job. Matt voted for 20 minutes. I think we'll do a 20-minute one this time, even though 25 seemed to like fly by. I don't know why. Nicholas said I had to start a bit late, so I only edited 450 words. Good for you. Editing is such a, like, I can draft so much faster than I can edit. And thankfully now my stuff is like cleaner than it used to be. Like my first draft is cleaner. I think back to the Elysian Prophecy and I had to do, I basically rewrote, like, I'm not even joking, like at least 75% of the book. I ended up just rewriting. And it's like a chunky book. Nicholas said, I really appreciate your video on book formatting. People always assume I had an editor because of how professional it looks. Nice. I'm guessing you mean like a professional book formatter. I'm glad. I actually want to redo those videos because I've learned quite a bit because I do freelance work. I explained that in my last one, but I guess I need to like reiterate in case there's people that weren't on the last one, which I'm sure there are. I have so many wires underneath me. But yeah, I've been doing freelance work for book cover design and interior book design, so book formatting. So I do all kinds like nonfiction books, fiction, children's books, cookbooks. So there's a lot that I have learned with book formatting and a lot more tips that I can give if you're formatting in Word, because I know that's usually a resource that a lot of people have. They have Word. But I feel like I want to do another video on like why you shouldn't use Word, because I have had to reformat people's books that were formatted in Word, and Word is a word processing software. It's not a formatting software, if that makes sense. So if you send a Word document from one computer to another, there's a good chance it's not going to look the same when you open it on the second computer. And that's not something I ever really thought about or knew, because I would always kind of do it myself. But if you ever hire somebody to do any book formatting for you, if they say they're going to do it in Word, that's not a good sign, because it's likely not going to look the same. Nicholas said the section breaks in Word are a nightmare. They are. Like, I have tried to, like, for smaller projects, I've tried to do them in Word for some clients before, and it is a nightmare. And for those particular instances, it's more because they are going to be editing a lot more, and it's not like the final formatting. They just kind of like need like sort of I guess like a rough template or something like that. Oh, but yeah, those section breaks, because you'll have an odd section break one time and then the next time will not be an odd section break, even though it says odd section break. Word is a total liar. So yeah, Patrick said I draft and edit as I go. Yeah, I think the last time on Tep 2, I guess, the last time I wrote a big book, because I wrote a novella, a couple like short stories and stuff, I did the same thing, and that has helped me in the editing department, because I really do not like editing. Evelyn asked, are you at your parents today or have you guys moved into a new place? I mean, if you don't mind answering. Yeah, this is my new, I just realized. So my mom actually set that up when we first moved in, and I need to get new brackets for the shelf because they got lost in the move. That's why there's only, I guess, one shelf. But yeah, that's like maybe like my high school picture. I'm not going to bring it any closer. This is totally random. I'm sorry. We'll do another sprint maybe in like 2 minutes. We'll do a 20-minute sprint. And then maybe we'll rotate between 20 and 25 because I'm feeling like the longer sprints today. Let me know how you guys feel. But I have this picture. Little baby me over here. It's dusty. Hope you can see my screen. Let me try to angle it a little bit. Little baby me, like posing for a picture. I don't know how old I was there. I totally lost my train of thought. I feel like I was. Martina said, such a cute outfit. I agree. I like that one. I didn't normally wear. It was a little bit like tomboyish, I think. But yeah, it was picture day. And I was actually smiling. I feel like most of my like school pictures, I'm like terrible smiles. Like, and then I remember when I was in elementary school, one of the photographers was like mean, and he was like, "Don't smile." I'm like, and literally, there's like a confused look on my face, and he took the picture, and that was my school photo. Isla is afraid of cameras, so her school pictures so far have not turned out well because she's upset in them. It's so sad. Matt said Isla looks straight up just like you did. Yeah, she's my little mini me. I want to do like a side by side. My mom and I have a picture of like when she was 3 and when I was 3, and we just so happen to have kind of the same haircut, and we look exactly the same. Like the pictures are obviously like 20, 25 years apart, but like we have them together in a like our photo album, and it looks like the same kid. I want to do that with Isla. Like have a picture because she's about that age. Okay. Oh, I said we're gonna do another sprint. I talked to you guys. Oh my gosh, I talked too much, and I had too much coffee, so my brain's not working. Okay. All right. I think I'm pretty much caught up on chat. So let's do a 20-minute sprint. My ticker. Yep. Let me turn that off. I have to restart that. Evelyn said all 3 of her kids look like their dad. I like that Isla looks like me. She's fine. Okay, so let's do a 20-minute. And I'm going to try to get this lightning done. I need to get it done. I wish I could show you guys. I kind of want to live stream a book cover, like how I make it, or maybe I should just do like a speed thing. I know Mandy Lynn does those. Okay, all right, 20 minutes. I'm gonna mute everything. I was a little worried I wasn't muted on the last one, and I was singing, and I was like, please, God, I hope I'm muted. Okay, all right, 20 minutes. I'm gonna be muted, work and edit and or write as much as you possibly can. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. That was 20 minutes. Went by pretty quick. I still haven't figured out my lightning problem. Let me know how you guys did. I'm gonna go through the chats. Patrick, hit a narrative wall. I am basing my Viking vampire book off of Nordic mythology. It takes place in the Viking Age, which is the same time as the Crusades. I'm trying to explain our contemporary times with how the Christians describe the barbaric Vikings. I want to explain the dilemma of how one group of people believe false things about another group of people. Art of war tactic. I want to find a solution where each group can agree on reality. How do I do that if they don't believe each other? I think usually in books and TV shows when this happens, to get the people to believe one another is more like getting them to empathize with each other. So if they have like a common enemy, or I think usually it's kind of like a one person, like a leader of one group ends up interacting closely with the leader of another group, like the other group. And they sort of end up agreeing on something together, or they realize that their values are more aligned than they thought they were, but they have to have a close interaction. So like if they're, what show is that? Like if they're both basically like stranded together and they have to work and they're like forced to work together, and then they kind of get to know each other better to empathize with each other. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm reading like other comments about that. Oh, Jocelyn, yeah. Okay, she said, perhaps you can create an interaction between characters from each group where they're forced to admit they don't really understand each other. That's a good point too. Yeah, usually people sympathize with somebody more when they understand why they're doing what they're doing, because in stuff like this, each person believes that they're in the right and the other person is the enemy, and they're just the enemy because they're mean, kind of thing. Which not every reason is justified, but that's a good point. Danielle said she's going to read. Oh yeah, Jocelyn. I feel like you basically answered. I had the same answer as you, but I'm slowly getting to it. She said perhaps not so much a group approach, but more individualistic. I agree. Okay, Nicholas said 981 editing. Good job, good job. Evelyn 358 this time. Nice. Cadence is back. Welcome back. Martina 698 this time. Cadence asked, have you read the Crystal Smith Bloodleaf trilogy? I have not. I don't even know if I've heard of that. I'm actually going to Google it right now. What am I on? I have not. Although it seems interesting. I don't think I've ever even heard of that. I might have, but I haven't really had as much time lately to read as I used to, so maybe I'll add that to my list to check out. Cadence said it's she's on the second book and the third one just came out. Yeah, I need to read more. I got the second book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. Moss? I never know how to pronounce her name. And I haven't read that one. That one's a behemoth. I started to read it and then found The Witcher. And I wanted to read that instead, so. Let's see. I think we can do a 25-minute and then maybe we'll do a 20-minute and then do a 10-minute after that. Yeah, 50 Shades of Geralt. Yep. I think we're all here for it. Let me see. 1 second. Just realized something. Okay, why is this not showing? Sorry, I feel like I'm having a technical difficulty here. Yeah, I was hoping to get my, okay, there we go. Yeah, I was hoping to get the lightning done for the book I'm working on, but I'm having difficulty with it because I want it to be colored, and so it's creating an issue. Martina asked if, okay, so good point, Martina. She said, I just bumped my mic, I hope that didn't make a noise. She said some things got lost in translation. She did a winky face, so I don't know specifically what she's referring to, but it was originally was the guy from Poland? Where is he from? The writer Alexander, I forget his last name. But I'm so interested to see. I feel like I want to know from somebody who's read it. Yeah, he's Polish. Okay, I want to get the opinion of somebody who's read it in its original language to see. Yes, Andrzej Sapkowski. Sapkowski, I think is how you pronounce it. To see how that compares to the translated version, because I don't know, people who translate, they can kind of take some liberties, and I feel like some of the stuff that I'm reading in the book, because I'm obviously reading in English, I kind of think like, oh, I wonder if this was something that was like in the original book, if it was had a little bit of a different meaning, I guess. Evelyn said, thanks for the sprints. I hope that I get to join your next one, but I have to get stuff going for Easter tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great weekend to you, Evelyn. Thank you for joining. And then, yeah, I will be doing this next Saturday too, is the current plan. I need to put the schedule the live stream sooner than the day of. I did that 2 weeks in a row. Matt said his soldiers are in the heat of battle. I feel like battle scenes can be difficult to write. I always struggle with like how much action do I put in, and you don't want it to be like this and then this and then this kind of thing. Evelyn said, Martina, there we go. I don't think story-wise things are missing, but some of the humor and phrases are lost due to being used specifically in Polish or being localized, that kind of thing. I can see that. Because Geralt in the first book, I think, is funnier. Or like in the books, I think he's funnier than what he comes across. Like, I think he's supposed to be funnier, but I don't read it as that. I think he has more humor in the books, but I think just the way things are phrased, I don't quite pick up on that. But based off of the other characters' reactions, I'm like, oh, that was supposed to be funny. Like, he was supposed to be sort of being, humorous there. Let me see. Kaden said, I love The Witcher love scenes because it's not the whole story. It's just added in, but it's still an interesting story about fantasy stuff with some 50 Shades added in. Yep. Are those those have to be in the books. I just haven't gotten to any of that yet. He's grumpy, funny, sarcastic in the books, especially with Dandelion and the way their friendship evolves. I don't know who that is. I haven't gotten to who Dandelion is. It is very interesting how they've adapted the TV show from just what little I've read. Because I'm reading The Last Wish, I think it's called. And yeah, I feel like this has turned into a Witcher discussion. Sorry. We'll sprint in just a couple minutes. But yeah, so just how they've organized things in the TV show, because the first book, The Last Wish, is already, they've taken pieces of that story, but they've like meshed it, like the whole Bruxa interaction was with Ciri in the TV show, but obviously that was Geralt by himself in the book. So kind of interesting how I'm excited to read more of the series so I can see like how they kind of constructed things, like what they took from where. Cadence said she's putting the books on her birthday list because I only ever put books on my list, and my parents get me some other things, but I mainly get a crap ton of books. That used to be me. I actually don't own that many books anymore because since we downsized to live in the RV, I pretty much like sold or donated, or I got rid of most of the physical books that I had, and I just use the library. That's pretty much what I always do, because I very rarely reread a book. But yeah, books make great gifts. Okay, so we can do wait, okay, question. Should we do the 10-minute and then the 20, or the 20 and then the 10? Let me know. Short one first or second? Let me know. Yeah, I don't reread books too frequently. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. That's kind of my thing. I've been listening for a long time to the School for Good and Evil series. 21st. I'm guessing that was short one second. I think that's how I asked it. Okay, we'll do the longer one first. 20 then 10. Yep, pretty much everybody. Yes. Okay. Y'all all agree on doing the 20-minute first. Okay, so we will do 20 minutes. I feel like next time, if we're all writing, it might be fun if I do like themes or something, but we'll see. Or like give you kind of like challenges, like include a rat in this scene or something random. Okay, let me reset this clock. All right, we're gonna do 20 minutes, and then we're gonna do a quick 10-minute one after that, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna be so upset if I don't finish this lightning thing. Does anybody else do that? Where it feels like you just didn't work even though you are working, but it feels like you can't get any progress done? So I'm gonna have to do some work later today. Saturdays are like my work day. Anyway, I'm rambling. All right, 20 minutes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, and that is 20 minutes done. Let me know how you did. My file is so large on this cover right now because I'm testing different things. So I have too many files, like too many layers in it. And looks like it's at 600 megs, but it takes forever to save. Okay, there we go. I don't want to close it before I've saved it, just in case. All right, let me know how you did. I finally figured out the lightning, so I just gotta do a little more touch-ups, and then I can send that back off to the author, the client. I don't know why. Okay, so, whoa, Patrick has almost 12,000 words total now. That is awesome. I need to get back to writing so bad. I feel like I'm so jealous. I'm happy for people when they're like, I did this much. But there's a big piece of me that's like, oh, I could be writing too. Matt said he had to take a break because he wrote the most intense scene he has ever written. Well, a dinosaur just ran by like a huge lizard. Outside, not inside. Kira would eat it. Nicholas said, yes, it's so hard to appreciate your work before it is finished. Being your own boss is the hardest, easiest thing in the world. It definitely is. I feel like I can't go back to like not being my own boss, but it's also, you run into, it's like so much harder to balance work life when you're your own boss, and people are like, oh, then you can work whenever you want to. But I think most of us end up working more than we should, or like at times where we shouldn't be working. So it's harder to balance that. And then I always have guilt. I have mom guilt about stuff, and then I have like work guilt where it's hard for me to relax because I'm like, oh, I have like this project I should be working on, or that project. Nicole says she's working on a page layout for a children's book, making progress. Nice. Children's books are one of my favorite things to do layout, interior design on, like in typesetting. Those are a lot of fun. Matt thought it was funny that I said a dinosaur just ran by. That's what we kind of call them, like the really big ones, which is funny because when I went down to the Keys one time, and for some reason I just didn't think about there being like wild, I have a hair somewhere on my face, wild iguanas, and they are incredibly clumsy. They're like, I saw a bunch of them just like fall out of trees. Like, dude, I don't know how you got up in that tree and didn't fall, but you got up there and then was like, oops, fell off. I was like, is it dead? Martina got 691 words this time. Nice. It does seem like it's raining iguanas, and I know they do that too when they're cold, if they get too cold, but this was not cold. They're just not very agile, I guess. Just falling out of trees. But those definitely seem like dinosaurs. This was just a lizard. Ooh, Nicholas said 1350 editing. Nice. Once again, I feel like I should be writing a book. I think a big chunk of you were here last time, but I am tempted to pause the Elysian Prophecy series for now and then jump into a different series that I want to write, potentially under a pen name, because it's a romance, totally different. Yeah, I'm still not sure. It's like a 4-book series that I kind of have like, I've just planned it out in my head. I've not ever like written it down, which is dangerous for me. But yeah, I'm hoping I can start writing soon, but right now I feel excited to try to write that. Then the Elysian Prophecy, which is sad. The second book is totally written. I just have to do one like small little proofreading pass, and it's literally ready to be published. And I just haven't had like the creative energy to do anything with it, to try to like market it and publish it. So, oh, bye, Matt. He said he's got to run. We'll be doing this again next Saturday. So I hope. I don't know. I feel like I need to plan it out a little better, but it's kind of hard. I think when I post a live stream schedule, I think I can edit the time if I need to. I should just do that. I should just schedule it and then edit the time if I have to. Let's see. Mushtaba asked, what do you use to write? I do all of my writing in Scrivener. There might be, actually, I think there's a link in this description for Scrivener. It's a affiliate link. That's what I always use to write. It can be a little overwhelming if you've never used it before, but I think they still do that like 30-day trial where it's the days count how many days you've used it. So if you only use it 2 times a month, then it would last you 15 months, if that makes sense. So they do a really good trial. And then for Camp Nano and for NaNoWriMo, they do, like, if you win, I don't know if they do for Camp Nano. If you win, you get something crazy like a 50% discount to purchase the software. So Martina said, I feel like I enjoy editing more than writing, but then I actually have to write something to be able to edit it. Yeah. I need to partner up with somebody who loves editing because I can fast draft like really quickly. Oh, somebody asked me if I still do dictation. I don't know if I answered that. I just remembered. I don't. I did for a while, but my software is just really old. I used I don't even know. It was like a 8-year-old version of 10-year-old version of Dragon dictation. And it's just, there was a lot of issues with it. It wasn't working properly, and they're really difficult with putting it on a new computer and transferring the license. I just had a bunch of issues with it, so I couldn't, I didn't know if it was my computer or if it was the software, but I was having so many problems with it. And I just never got back into the groove of dictation like I did before. I used to be able to dictate like 3,500, 4,000 words an hour easy. And then when I had all that joint pain, I tried to do that again. And I pretty much just stayed at the same like words per hour, I guess. Which was still good because that I didn't have to write it with my hands, but it just wasn't as fast as it used to be. Thankfully, most of my joint pain has gone away. I still do have some joint pain though. Martina said, sending creative energy your way so I get to read Tep 2 soon. I am sorry. I feel like there's some people that are like, why haven't you published it? It's like pretty much like ready to go. It just kind of feels like an undertaking at this point right now. And I don't want to publish it when I'm not excited about it, if that makes sense. So I just need to, it's kind of nice though that I've taken so much time away from it, because I feel like, one, I'm going to be able to catch more like typos or errors. But 2, I might be able to change, like, oh, this sounds weird. Like I didn't mean it to sound this way or whatever, without doing too many edits. Because I do that too much. I try to edit and edit again and edit it a year later. Sometimes you just got to move on from a project because you can edit it to death. Patrick said, if you think you do, oh my gosh, I can't read right now. I think if you do not use a pen name, your resume can be better. You won't have to be typecasted as a writer of only one genre. Plus, you can reduce the shame of romance. You'd be surprised as the messed up things I wrote. That might have been for something, a different comment. But the problem with indie publishing is, which kind of another reason why I might want to secretly publish it under a pen name before I actually tell my audience about it, which is sneaky. I know, I'm sorry, but the Amazon algorithms it's super important that your book is categorized to a certain type of reader, because it's not just the category that you publish in that determines who Amazon shows it to. It's also people who read if somebody purchases it, Amazon looks at what other books that they've purchased to see, oh, this person reads this type of book. And they look at all the people who've purchased your book and they look at the similarities to see, oh, everybody who's read this book likes to read her book. And then for that book, they'll sort of advertise or like link your book under that person, if that makes sense. So like the also bought or not, whatever it's called. section on Amazon, that's a big deal. So right now for the Elysian Prophecy, most of the like also bought section is like writing tips. Like Nicholas said writing. I don't know if that was for me. I might have said something wrong. But yeah, so it's not at all the correct genre or the category or anything for the Elysian Prophecy. So it's kind of a good and a bad thing. Like I have this platform and you guys are awesome and supportive of the book. Oh, Nicholas was correcting us. Okay. But at the same time, Amazon doesn't really know who to show that book to. So that's kind of a test that I also want to do with the pen name is to basically only people who read those like that genre or that type of book will be recommended that type of book. So yeah, it can affect your sales if kind of the wrong similar like also bought books show up. I hope that makes sense. That's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about doing the pen name. And then I was kind of also thinking about just like silently re-releasing the first book and the second book for like a chunk of time before I would tell my like platform about it, if that makes sense. I'm super grateful that people have supported, but unfortunately with Amazon, it's difficult for them to categorize it correctly. So Nicholas said, should I use multiple Amazon accounts for pen names? I don't know actually. I would imagine that you can keep it under the same account. I would have to research that. I actually don't know the answer to that. I obviously only have everything under Vivian, so I don't know. Because I imagine like a publisher who uses Amazon can use they can publish books with different author names, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'd have to research that. It would be nice if it was all under one platform so you could see everything together. But I don't know if you can make like a different author central page for the same account. Like an author, like your pen name author account. Because for some reason, they're two separate things. Danielle said you use the same account. Yeah. So can you question then for y'all? Can you have a different Amazon Central name attached to the same account? So like I would have one for Vivian and then one for whatever the pen name would be for the same account. Because you would want the books not attached to the other one. I feel like you could, but I don't know. All right, next up, we're going to do a 10-minute sprint. That was a weird transition. Next up on the live stream. Nicholas, it shouldn't affect the algorithms at all because it's not, it doesn't show things based on the account. If it's under the same author name, the same author central page, it may push it to your readers like, oh, this person just released a new book, like in an email or something like that. But yeah, I don't think that would affect the algorithm. Okay, it's okay. I'm using the wrong mouse again. Okay, so let's switch over to the 10-minute and I'll turn it off. I feel like I need to turn all of these off. Oh, we didn't even do a 15-minute one. Okay. Oh, I need to adjust this. So Patrick said I would create 2 accounts to see which one is more popular. I would also use data on one to help the other. So I think you can still filter by book and maybe by series. So you can view the data on one book versus a different book, I think. I actually haven't published. I have a novella that I published on my website, but I haven't published another book on Amazon, which is totally crazy because that was 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Oh, wait. No, that wasn't that long ago. It was still a while ago, 4 years ago. Okay, 10 minutes. Yep, Nicholas said sales reports can be split based on the books. Okay. I need to eat again. Coffee on an empty stomach. I'm like, I'm gonna start to get jittery and shaky in a second. Okay, so we're gonna do a 10-minute one and then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go hang out with my family. We were originally thinking about going to the beach, but it is tourist season and it's still a red flag. So I went the other day with Isla and somehow she did not nap. She played for like 2.5 straight hours, hardcore playing at the beach. And then she never napped that day. I was like, I remember being little and you'd play at the beach and then you'd like immediately conk out in the car. She did not do that. She didn't nap all day. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a 10-minute. I don't even know. Let me see really quick. Sorry. Intermission. Also, this mouse is so annoying. The click is incredibly loud. Okay. All right. Yep, we're good. So let's do a 10-minute. I'm getting jittery. I'm very sensitive to caffeine and it's affecting me right now. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, and that is 10 minutes done. That was our last sprint. Kira's being a bad dog. Look, do you see this bad dog? Oh, you want me to open the door so we can let a wasp in? There's a wasp right outside. Let me know how y'all did. Matt said it was great to write with us. Thank you for coming. I wish there was a way to like keep track of how many live streams people have done, like levels almost, you know, for each streamer or like YouTuber. Well, I'm not gonna open the door with a wasp. It's literally right there. It needs to go away. It actually looks like a yellow jacket. It's like waiting at the door. It's doing this little like, I'm not gonna open the door with that thing right there. Patrick said, at least I broke the 12,000 word count. Nice. Matt said, I hate wasps. Me too. I feel like I'm afraid of wasps, but the only time I've ever been like, oh heck no, like I guess not afraid, more like angry, has been when one got close to Isla. It was like mom mode switched in, and I was like, I'm gonna crush you with my hand. But otherwise, yeah, I try to avoid them at all costs. Okay, now where did it go? I swear I'm gonna open this door. I had a giant wolf spider try to face hug me the other day. It was like at eye level and like was skittering around the side of the sliding door. Yeah, that was not fun. It was like easily the size of the palm of my hand. Okay, we're gonna risk it. I'm just gonna scoot over here. This might be funny for a live stream. Okay. It's like if one got in here while I was live streaming, that would be funny. Be like, and it goes black. Jocelyn said spiders need love too. I save most spiders, especially wolf spiders. She just wanted to go lay out in the grass. I wish I could show her to you, but I would mess up my thing. I'm not like most wolf spiders. I will try to just shoo outside, especially because they carry their babies on their back. So if you ever see one that looks like it has like a tumorous looking back, don't squish it because 100 little baby spiders will run away from it if you do. I have personally experienced that. But yeah, usually because they like to kill bugs. They like to eat little bugs, and they're recluse spiders, so they don't make a web. They're pretty big. You just put them outside, you're fine. But this one I think was a Carolina wolf spider. Huge. Like their bodies are way bigger than the regular wolf spiders. Their legs are super thick. It looks like a little tarantula. And they're aggressive. The two really big ones I've ever seen in my life that are like huge and fat, both times they've been aggressive. Like they've tried to run at me, like attack. But so that it was on my sliding door, like the trim on the sliding door, and it was in the track when I closed the door, but I know it didn't kill it. And then like a couple hours later, I opened the door to let Kira outside, and it was gone, which you would think would be a good thing. But now I'm like, where did it go? Is it like in the track somewhere? Did it get in the house? Like I would have rather have seen it like get away than just not see it. So yeah, anyway, bug stories, yay. Okay. Matt said, judging from the page count, I think I got the 10K word count, maybe. Nice. Congratulations, that's awesome. Nicole said, spiders can have love outside and away from where I garden. Certain spiders, if they're in the house, I'm like, I'm sorry. Or like bugs, I'm like, I'm really sorry. I feel bad killing you, but not in the house. Sometimes I'll kill little spiders. Actually, there is a resident jumping spider that just lives here. Isla actually tried to squish him yesterday, with a little bottle. Like she saw him on the ground and she tried to squish him, but he's been here for months and he stays out of the way. So I'm fine with the little jumping spider being in here. He's literally, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I wish there was a way that I could actually tell if it was him or her, but I just let him jump around. He'll sometimes be over on my stuff in the kitchen. He doesn't get like on food or anything or get around the table. That would not be good. Okay, but Martina said, I have done over 400 words now, so this puts me over 2.6K, which is great after such a long time with 0 words. Thank you. You're welcome. That's awesome. It feels good when you sort of get back to writing after you haven't written in a long time. For me, it always feels amazing. Like I'm like, oh, I miss this so much. Okay, so Kima said, thanks for doing this earlier this time. It works really well for me in the UK. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I actually didn't even include this time in my little poll that I did. And I should have, because honestly, earlier works better for me, but I know a lot of US people, it might not work as well. Nicole said, those little jumping spiders are fascinating to watch as they watch you. Yes, because their little bodies move. They're very like twitchy. But if they see you, they jump at you, you know? Not like at you, but they like jump toward you, you know? So if you move, they kind of like watch you. Yeah, jumping spiders, I don't mind. There's like little lime green spiders that will sometimes get on like garbage cans, or I don't know if they're just like, I always see them on the garbage cans. But they bite. I've been bit by those a few times. Little jerks. Last time I got my garbage can out, a wasp flew at me and I was like, did something just fly at me? And then I went like this and it was like, and flew away. So it was in my hair. Like, oh my gosh. Mushtaba said, Vivian, next book is How I Fear My House of Spiders. Is that, you're gonna write a horror book about spiders? Let's see. Patrick said, I wonder how curious insects can be. Ooh, okay. Writing Violet said, there's a daily author tube stream playlist on Devin Cutting's channel. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for stopping by. We actually just wrapped up, so we're going to be cutting off real quick. Devin Cutting. Let me look that up really quick. Oh my gosh, wrong keyboard. Wrong mouse, wrong keyboard. Wait, is that Devin Cutting? Is there... Ooh, okay, yeah, writing sprints. I see it. Updated today. Okay, 4/16. Oh, okay, nice. I wish... Ooh, here, let me see. It's under their playlist. I think I can drop it in the chat. A link to it. Yeah. I guess if you want to check that one out, there's other streams if you're interested in writing with anybody else. Okie dokie. All right, so I think that was pretty productive. I unfortunately did not finish the full... Patrick said, I think you should color coordinate your keyboards and mice. Yeah. And it doesn't help that I also have this one, which is the same as this one. And I have, I don't know if I can show it, that one. So there's 3 mice on my desk, but this one, I dropped it a few times and the buttons, the secondary click didn't work. So I have actually gotten so used to, I think on the Mac, it's like Alt, like primary click to do the secondary click. I've gotten so used to doing that I got a new mouse and I'm still not using the secondary click, the right click. Because I just got too used to doing that. So, yeah, well, one of them has a wire, so you'd think that I would figure it out, but it just, anytime there's like a different keyboard or a mouse or something like that, you'll try to use the wrong one. Just like your brain doesn't understand what's happening. I'm using the wrong mouse again. Y'all tricked me. Sarah asked, what's up? We are actually oh my gosh, I said this was going to be a shorter one and it still ended up being about 2.5 hours long. I can't keep these short, which isn't a bad thing. Okay, so wait, what does this mean? Okay, I'm going to click something and I hope it doesn't mess up the feed. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. It's a chat thing. Wait, can I? Oh, I can't click it because it's not, Oh, can you see that? I think you can see that. Okay. I was wondering if that was going to let me highlight. Oh, okay, okay. I'm just exploring this a little bit. Okay. All right, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Maybe one of these, because I kind of answer y'all's questions as we go, but we'll see if we want to do kind of like a Q&A one in the breaks, or if you guys want me to do a little challenge like I was talking about with like if you're writing, I'd be like, okay, now write about a dragon or whatever, and see if you can incorporate that into your writing or something like that. So, okay, thanks for joining me. I feel like I should do another sprint until I finish my thing, but I'm gonna sign it off here and then finish this job so I can send it off, and then I'll go hang out with family for Easter. Nicholas said, have a wonderful Easter with your family. Thank you. You as well. Anybody who is celebrating Easter this weekend, have a great Easter. Isla is finally, she's into like, oh, egg hunt. Like she gets the concept of an Easter egg hunt. So that's fun. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks again for joining. Have a great weekend.